Puff pull out first. We pull out behind him. He blow past the light. We stopped at the light. When we stopped at the light, I see some chicks on the curb. Before you know it, a car just rolled up, started popping in the car. Pop, 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 pop. Everybody got down in the truck, so that shit stopped. We all hopped out. Everybody door open but Big.
Something gotta change. I don't give a if Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something's gotta change. And he took upstairs, he turned around and walked back upstairs. And it didn't dawn on me what he said. And then my man looked at me and Bun was like, yo, that nigga said Big. I said, yo, he sure did. He said, yeah. He said, Big gotta die? He said, yo, he said Big.
Hip-hop legend the Notorious B.I.G.'s unsolved death has been surrounded by controversy.
Yo, the more money you make, the more problems you get.
Speculation for more than 20 years, Voletta Wallace, however, has come out to tell alarming revelations regarding her son's death. In a recent interview, she accuses music's local duty of lying and murdering Biggie. Could this be the key to ultimately solving the case? What role did he have in the death of one of the greatest rappers? Let's explore together. Voletta Wallace, the hip-hop industry's matriarch, has made a groundbreaking statement on the 20th anniversary of the death of her only son, Biggie Smalls, aka the Notorious B.I.G., in an interview with the Daily Mail. She acknowledges that she suffers daily from the knowledge that she will never see her son again and that his murderer is still at large. In her emotional statement, she said, I have a very good idea who murdered Christopher, and I genuinely believe that the LAPD knows exactly who did it too. They've done their investigation, but they just refuse to move forward. I don't know why they haven't arrested who was involved. It seems to me that it's one giant conspiracy, and someone is definitely being protected somewhere down the line. Supporters continue to hold out hope and support for Miss Wallace that she will one day be allowed to reopen her case. I hope this wall is strong enough to reopen the case and ensure that she receives the justice that she deserves.
We know he was murdered, but we believe that the LAPD knows who's responsible.
Not only the celebrity's mother, but also his wife, Faith Evans, have made similar assertions. Well, despite the fact that these claims cannot be presented in court, Gene Deal has had similar revelations regarding the instance in question. According to him, it was his obese brother that facilitated Gene Deal's rendezvous with Miss Wow.
She said, they keep telling me Gene Deal, who is Gene Deal? And my fat brother like, Miss Wallace, that's my fat brother. I'll call him right now.
He continued by saying, when Miss Wallace inquired about Gene, Puffy quickly denied knowing him.
She said she had been looking for me because the police had told her, ask Gene Deal. And she asked Puffy who Gene Deal was, and Puffy said, I don't know no Gene Deal.
Biggie was set to come to London for a meet and greet with journalists, according to the former president of Boy Records, Kirk Burroughs. But did he cancel Biggie's trip, claiming that he wanted to spend that fateful night in Los Angeles? Fans expressed surprise at the cancellation of the London concert. I still have my London ticket for 1997. I remember being shocked that the concert was canceled and that he was going to LA instead. Puffy had already plotted Biggie's murder following Tupac's death, and he lacked remorse. Gene's statement has convinced fans that he was responsible for Biggie's premature death to mice. He definitely dropped a hint on Pac and Biggie. Their deaths were eerily identical, and Diddy realized that he could assume control of Biggie's record label. Diddy is a joke, but that is hardly the worst aspect of the situation. The official did not tell Diddy's mother anything other than, if you want to know what happened that night, ask Gene Deal. And when she asked the bad boy about Gene, Puffy denied, following their apparent agreements.
Me and Puff had said a long time ago that if anything ever go down, don't tell nobody my name in the whole nine.
Nonetheless, Puffy was playing the part by revealing Gene's identity to all law enforcement. Nevertheless, as you're aware, Diddy did not inform Biggie's mother. In addition, Gene was immediately skeptical of Diddy's role in Biggie's killing since he shoved Diddy's arms away while he was superficially distraught about Biggie's passing. This interaction screams guilty conscience to Diddy, but that is not all. However, Gene did not meet Diddy once more. He was really forthcoming regarding the circumstances of Biggie's final moments and the weird occurrences that he observed. Biggie did not wish to attend.
Big wasn't gonna go to the vibe party, but every day, man, you going to the vibe party? We gonna do that. We gotta go there, man. We gotta go to the vibe party. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go.
The celebration, but Puffy persuaded him to attend. Gene already understood that if someone were to arrange a hit on Biggie, the greatest place to do so would be at that party. Gene further disclosed that Diddy had arranged in advance not to ride with the juicy rapper in order to maintain within the safe zone. I told your driver Kenny to run the next 3 lights. Kenny ran the lights. Biggie stopped at the light. Big got killed. Despite the fact that running a red light was less suspect, putting the SUV in park validated the assertion. Gene further added that there is a commonly held belief among gang members that if there's more than one automobile, the gang will attack. Everyone must follow the driver in front. But even if the driver stopped at the light, why did he park the car? Even under normal conditions, you should never park your car while waiting for the light, let alone if you're a gang member a few months after the murder of Tupac. Not only the gang members, but also the LAPD investigation is influenced by Diddy. According to James, the LAPD is corrupt and working for him.
Showed me a picture of the Muslim guy, and his face was blurred out. In front of my lawyer.
Gene quickly recognized the man, but the soldiers did not return to him after identifying him. Even his name was also removed from the file. Also, FBI agent Phil Carson supported this specific assertion. Fans agree with the teen's account of that awful evening. Puffy did it, no question. Why did he abandon Cali and the rest of his crew practically the day after the incident occurred? Why did he ride independently when he always rode with Big? Why was it essential that Gene ride with Puffy? You either get it or you'll never work for Bad Boy again. Why was the automobile parked on the side of the road awaiting Biggie's arrival? And why was it so damn vital to be in Cali 6 months after Backstep when there was so little security? Puffy must provide an explanation. But the narrative is not over. Gene published a book to reveal all that occurred on that night and how he was involved. Moreover, he secured a publishing contract for it. Then Puffy contacts the same publishing business to create and publish his book in an effort to prevent the release of Gene's book. Biggie's mother had an initial negative opinion about Puffy's association with her son. Also, she notes in her book, Biggie Christopher Wallace, also known as the Notorious B.I.G., who was Voletta Wallace's son. The truth is, Christopher accepted the illusion of a friend and mentor for about $25,000. That's the amount Puffy lured my son with. That was a lot of money for Christopher back then as a 19-year-old. In all of his years, he had never before witnessed that much at one time. That sum of money was sufficient to convince my son that Puffy was his. Willing to go to any lengths for him, it was sufficient to buy affection and loyalty on a blind basis. Gene's other followers held the belief that the publication of his book, which revealed the truth, was held up due to racism. In order to get his book published, he had to overcome a number of legal obstacles, whereas white FBI agent Phil Carson came forth with his side of the truth, and he had no such challenges.